Hello, welcome to our webinar on eOne Solutions. Our agenda today is for a few quick introductions, and then we have Naomi from eOne Solutions to join us to help with a number of rapid-fire demos. So as we get into this, I did want to always reiterate the Dynamics GP roadmap. Endeavour's point of view around Dynamics GP is it is very strong, and we still believe it is the best set of core financials in the mid-market. And we recommend surrounding GP with the cloud.
Endeavour is one of our top performing partners. They're very well trained with all of the eOne tools, and definitely you're in great hands with the Endeavour team.
Thanks, Naomi. So last but not least, eOne SmartConnect. SmartConnect is Endeavour's preferred go-to tool for integrations. There are others on the market. We're most comfortable with SmartConnect and find that it's been working the best for Endeavour's needs for integrations on behalf of clients. And it has the tools to not only do the integrations, but also follow the bouncing balls. So if something does not synchronize now or in the future, then there's a variety of logs and tools to help you figure out what went wrong, to modify and make adjustments.
Thanks, Scott. All right, so are you guys wanting to see a little bit about SmartConnect? I think so. So SmartConnect is definitely a pretty cool tool. And when you think about being able to maybe really streamline your business processes and create efficiencies just within your day-to-day workflow, SmartConnect is definitely the way to go. So maybe there's data that you're entering data in one system and then you're entering it in another. So in terms of duplicate data entry, SmartConnect can help you with that. Or let's say maybe there's tasks that you're doing on a repetitive basis. You're going to be able to automate those tasks with the use of SmartConnect. All right, let's take a quick peek. So SmartConnect really works with quite a few different platforms and applications. We're huge in the GP space, but also if you think about it, I'm actually going to show you just a quick slide here because this gives us a really great illustration in terms of how unique and powerful SmartConnect truly is. So we can literally take data from any different data source to any different destination where you're going to be able to apply just a simple condition or schedule to that integration. And the key thing is without writing any code. So someone like myself or yourself doesn't have to know that scripting or doesn't have to be a developer to be able to really have the power to do some of these things. So if we take a look at some of the data sources, we're talking about like an ODBC connection, Excel. We're huge in the GP space. We've also got CRM or Salesforce.com. Extender, remember I showed you Extender. So we can use Extender as a data source or a destination. And I'll show you just a little bit of how easy it is to do that here as we go throughout our session. And then a big one we're seeing is going to be the third-party web services, right? We all have those applications that we're using. We're going to be able to use SmartConnect to be able to grab at all of that data that's sitting there out in the cloud in those different applications. So we have our data source, right? There's going to be, we have to tell that data, hey, where do I go, right? So we're going to see some of the similar sources. So again, we've got our GP, our CRM. Maybe it's just a direct custom SQL Server application. Again, maybe it's just Excel or a text file, and a big one we are seeing would be those web services. So not only can we grab the data that's sitting out there in the cloud, we can also send data to those applications as well. Now, once you have your data source, your destination, sometimes you have to transform that data a little bit, and that can be done with something just like a simple calculated field. Or, hey, if we have any developers here on the line and you want to deliver your C# or your VB.NET scripting, you certainly can do it. So really, these are in there just to make sure that these integrations are going to work for your specific business needs. Now, that last section, this is what we call a trigger, right? So this is what you can think of as when do you want your integrations to run? You can manually hit a button and run them if you'd like. Probably not, right? That's kind of the old way of doing it, but hey, it's still an option. Or maybe you just want to keep track of the changes. And as you track those changes, you want to schedule that to run. We have a scheduler that's built right into the tool that's going to make that super easy to do. Or let's say this is a process and it needs to be real time and it's super critical to your business. We can take the data and run it through in real time as well. So really looking at this illustration, you can mix and match any of your data connections. So you could draw a line from any of the data sources at the top to any of those destinations there at the bottom. All right, let's go ahead and I'm going to show you a cool thing here. What I'm going to do is I'm going to just enter in some data on this web form here. So this essentially what we can kind of think of this as I am registering to attend an awesome party that eOne Solutions is hosting. eOne Endeavour, we're hosting this together. So this is just a simple web form, right? We capture just the first and last name and the email address. So let's go ahead and I'm going to show you a couple things here.
So for those on the line, web forms can be just about anything. You're really just talking about a website. So you can create your own custom sales order entry form, employee submission form, expense form, a variety of things just to push data into GP and you map it to the right fields and go on from there.
Right, good point. A web form really, like Scott said, is just a simple website that's capturing any type of data. So I'm just using this as an example to show you. So what I'm going to do is I'm going to actually pull up today's orders. Today's orders are going to show me all of us who registered to attend this party. Now this is actually set up based off of a schedule. So what we're going to have to do is we're going to have to wait. I think we have it running every 5 minutes or so. So we'll kind of jump. Oh, there it is. So there's the invoice that was actually created with the use of SmartConnect. So yeah, there is actually a party to attend a fee to attend this party. But so I'm just going to double click on this invoice. And the only reason I'm doing that is I want to access my customer card here. So let's enter an address in. So I'm just going to do 12345 and yes, we are located in Fargo, North Dakota. And we are still waiting for summer to come. And you know what? Maybe it'll come, maybe it won't. But I guess it could be worse. We could have snow, right? So I'm going to save this address here in GP. So we're saving this. All right, let's close out of here. Let's close out of this invoice. Now let's hop over to CRM just for a quick second here. See this marketing list? This marketing list was also created with the use of SmartConnect, and it's going to show us all of you who registered to attend this party, which in this example, right, I was the only one who registered, so we should be able to see my name here on this marketing list. So let's pull up this marketing list. And the first and last name actually represents the account name. So let's dive into the account. So we're going to click into the Naomi account. And what we're going to do now is, again, what happened is as soon as I saved that address in GP, what it did is it triggered the map to run. So you don't always have to have it scheduled to run. You can trigger it, and that's what we have set up to trigger it. This is a map we have scheduled to run, I believe, every 5 minutes. So because it hasn't quite been 5 minutes, we're not seeing the address quite yet, but just give it a second here. We'll go ahead and oh, there it pulled up. So here now what we're seeing is that address that we entered in GP, we're now seeing here in CRM. You know what? This isn't just a one direction. This is a bi-directional integration. So let's enter a phone number here. So let's just do 888-867-5309. Jenny, you guys know whose song that is, whose number that is, right? Okay.
For sure.
All right, so we entered the phone number here in CRM. Let's hop back over to GP. I'm just going to refresh this. Let's go back into my customer card. And for this one, we're not seeing quite yet. This one we do also have set up to run on a map, our schedule. But this one isn't every 5 minutes. I believe this is every 1 minute. So, so we'll give it just a second here to populate. But that's the really nice thing about the schedule is you can actually change it to where you're going to be able to make it work for your specific business needs. So as that's taking a little bit of time, what I'm going to do is I'm actually going to show you another cool thing that we can do with SmartConnect. And this is actually my favorite feature of SmartConnect. And this is what we call the add-in for Excel. This report was actually created with SmartList Builder, right? That's the tool I showed you at the very beginning. Part of SmartList Builder is the Excel refreshable report. Now, it doesn't have to be an Excel refreshable report. It could be any data sitting in an Excel CSV that has headers and columns. Now, before I go ahead and go into that anymore, this is going to bother me. I need to show you this phone number that should have populated. Okay, so see this phone number, 888-867-5309, we're now seeing here in GP. So that's pretty magical. Think about how much time you can save on not having to do some type of duplicate data entry.
Basically, we've integrated CRM and GP together, just like that.
Right, absolutely. Okay, so what I was showing you now was, all right, before I got into there, okay, this SmartConnect add-in for Excel. So what I'm going to do now is I'm going to move up to the data tab. I'm going to click on refresh all. What this is going to do is it's going to pull in all the live data from GP. So in this example, I'm pulling in invoices. Now, it doesn't have to be invoices. Maybe it's inventory items. Maybe it's purchase orders. There's just a ton of things you can do with it. For this example, I'm just using invoices. Let's say I want to make some changes to these invoices, but I really don't want to go into GP to do that. So I'm going to go ahead and change this invoice. Let's just say it's going to cost me $25,000 to attend this party. Now what I'm going to do is I'm going to move up to the very top under the eOne Solutions tab, and I'm going to go ahead and click on the Run Map. What's happening is SmartConnect is taking and pushing all of these changes into those unposted invoices, or in this case, invoice. Let's go back here. I'm just going to use Smart View, and I'm going to refresh this, so we should be able to see. So see now my invoice is at a $25,000 invoice. Now, that's pretty magical. Think about it in terms of a larger scale. You know, this is just one line item, but think about it. Maybe there's inventory items you need to update. Maybe you're taking data and you're extracting it from some type of a payroll, and you have a payroll file that you need to import into GP. So there's really just a ton of different uses that you can take any data that you're wanting to push into GP literally with the push of a button.
One of the areas that we've used it recently is a client going on a BI business intelligence journey, and we needed to clean up some data. They had some inventory nomenclature issues, and we were able to use a process such as this to do mass updates, sort of a master data management, and help them clean up their data in terms of being able to get their reporting down the road.
Awesome. So yeah, think about the efficiencies that you can create just within your day-to-day processes. We use it internally. We probably need about 10 more people, but we have everything automated. One other quick thing I'm going to show you. I know we're kind of running close to the end of time, and I want to make sure we have some time to take some questions from you. But here's a template we have. Now, these templates come with the purchase of SmartConnect. And these are a little bit different. It's still data sitting in Excel, but it's a little pretty interface that a user could use. So I'm going to submit this. It's saying it's already been submitted, which we're okay with that. It's a monthly entry, so we know that. And now it's saying our debits and credits do not match, which if we look, we do not tie out. That is quality control validation we have built into the tool to make sure the data that you're pushing into GP is good, valid data. Also, talking about quality control validation, if you change the account number, it changes the account name, and vice versa. If I change the account name, it's going to change the account number. I'm going to go ahead and just switch a couple things here. Let's put Endeavour as our source. If you're working with more than one currency, you can define that. Also, more than one company, you can define that. I'm going to go ahead and add in my 2 cents here so we tie out. Let's submit this, and we know it's already been submitted. We're okay with that. We should get a successful notification, which we did. Now let's just quickly hop back into GP. I'm just going to pull up one of the most recent journal entries here. And what we're seeing is the source document of an Endeavour, the 211-808-11. Now if I expand this, what we're seeing is every one of those journal entries are now here in GP. So if you think about magic, that's kind of magical, especially from an accountant's perspective on being able to literally push those journal entries in with the button. So I showed you some really cool things that SmartConnect can do. I really didn't even get into SmartConnect itself and showing you what SmartConnect interface looks like, but I do have a weekly session every Wednesday. I'd love to have you join me if you're wanting to see it a little bit more in depth. Otherwise, I'm sure Endeavour can also show you as well. And now what I'm going to do, again, I just want to kind of follow up with in terms of your business processes, if you're looking to streamline it, but you're looking to do it in a standardized way without having to customize your systems, therefore allowing easy upgrades. Really, all of our tools are definitely no code, great solutions. We do have great bundle prices as well, as Scott mentioned.
Fantastic. Thank you, Naomi. And yes, talk to Endeavour, give our team a call. So thank you very much. Have a wonderful day, and thank you, Naomi, for all of your effort.
All right. Well, thanks, everybody, for your time. Enjoy the rest of your week.